Hey y'all!
Come with us as we go from Faria Beach to Carlsbad, California, and we'll make a day trip into San Diego with my friend Liz. You might remember on our last video, we were working our way to Faria Beach from Marina, California. We drove through Big Sur. We had so many beautiful pictures. We didn't get to include them all last time. So we put a few at the beginning of this video as we work our way down to Carlsbad.
I still look through them and I'm like in awe every time I see them. I love the one with the ferns.
Gorgeous.
And right there looking over the cliff. Oh, it's just amazing.
So we spent the night at Faria Beach. It was a really cool place. There are a lot of little places that you can pull off of the highway. We couldn't figure out how people were camping there because they were just kind of on the side of the road. So we pulled into Faria Beach. We found an empty spot and we thought, we'll just park in the parking lot until we figure out how to register for a spot. Well, it's one of those unusual places that you have to physically be in the spot before you pay for it online. And so we got an awesome spot, found the website, paid for it online, and spent the night there.
It was amazing. I couldn't believe pulling up right at the rocks and the waves were coming in. I could not believe that. We put the GPS coordinates down below. Before we got to Los Angeles, we were going to pass through Malibu. I've never been there. I've always seen a lot of great things about Malibu, and it was not exactly what I expected. I love the beaches there, by the way, and the colors were amazing, but it was not exactly what we expected. What were your expectations? What did you think?
I guess I was expecting, like you usually see on television, a bunch of mansions and whatever. It was beautiful.
Do you want to see Charlie Sheen?
I wanted to see Charlie Sheen mostly.
Yeah, I pictured this, of course it's a fake show, and he doesn't live in Malibu, I don't think, does he?
I don't know. He was probably looking for me, though.
What we do here is go back.
We just drove through on the 405 and there was nothing that we liked about Los Angeles. I'm sure the city is great, and if you know what you're doing and you want to stay there and spend some time there, it's amazing. But I'm telling you, the 405...
Right, not so much.
Yeah. I mean, I think I had one shot of downtown Los Angeles.
So we continued on our way to Carlsbad to see my friend Liz. She was actually my college roommate in nursing school. We both went to school at Northwestern in Louisiana. So I've known her for about 30 plus years. I haven't seen each other in a while, so it was really good to get to visit with her and her family.
You both look like you're in your 20s still.
Yeah, have another cocktail. We had a wonderful time with her husband Aaron, and her two kids, Lauren and Emily.
Amazing kids, amazing family.
Yeah, They were great. Lauren and Emily and Aaron actually kept Penelope for us one day while Matt,
Thank
Liz,
you.
and I went into San Diego and took a tour of Coronado.
They won't take her. They may or may not take her. Sitting on the table.
You don't like sitting where?
I don't like sitting on the table.
All right.
So leave it in the tower or something, get rid of the rest of it.
I know, because I never see any smoke coming out of it.
Yeah. Matt, Liz, and I went into San Diego. We took a tour of Coronado Island.
Yeah, I've been there once before, but I think I got to see way more of the city, and we really appreciated Liz for taking us on the trolley tour. Hopefully you guys will enjoy seeing some of the sights from the trolley.
Oh, the trolley tour was great, and our trolley driver, I can't remember his name, he was wonderful, he was very informative, and we just enjoyed the day thoroughly.
Yeah.
I'm back. I have some advice for all you travelers out there in the tour. You had better stay seated while we're in motion. Keep your body parts inside at all times.
No, wait a minute. That was our actor turned governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. We've got a long history with Hollywood here in San Diego since 1890. Over 700 movies and television shows have been produced or filmed here. Close your ears. The ending scene where Charlie and Maverick get back together and live happily ever after, and the scene where Goose, his co-pilot, plays the piano in the bar in that restaurant for Meg Ryan, his wife. And it sounded a little bit like this.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane.
Gets off a boat, and he is in Old Town. Keep in mind that there are two things in this next story. The bay is right here. Where this curve is, everything on this side is water. And Old Town is the center of town in 1867. He gets off the boat, he's in Old Town, and people recognize him as having a little bit of money. And they ask him what he thinks of our city, meaning Old Town. He says, I would give you $3 for the whole place. You could be by the water, meaning back there. Well, they all laugh because a few years prior to that, another San Franciscan had gotten off the boat and tried to move San Diego from Old Town to this area and lost all of his money. Horton is different though. He's a great businessman and a great salesman, and he knows you need to bring business to an area, so he's going to build a wharf back there at the waterfront. And he asked if there's any land for sale, and they thought, well, you just made offensive comments about our city. Let's sell him this worthless Rabbitville land right here. This is nothing but sagebrush and jackrabbits, and they called it Rabbitville. So they set up an auction down here, and everybody in town comes down here to watch that auction. And the first parcel goes up for sale. He bids $100. The gavel falls quickly, the auctioneer yells sold, and everybody in town laughs. And he thinks, oh my gosh, I've embarrassed myself. I have bid too low. No, you bid too high. Nobody else is buying this land. He is the only bidder. So he stands back and he starts bidding pennies instead of dollars. By the time the auction is over, Horton has bought everything you can see here in all four directions, a total of 800 acres for $265. When it was built, it was one of the first mounds in the United States to contain water, electricity, and lights. Nobody had ever seen such a thing. As a matter of fact, the electrician inspected it for the city, and he said, you are all going to die when you turn this on. I want nothing to do with it. So, of course, everybody came from all over the county to watch that night. The next day, the newspapers were able to report that nobody had passed away. We're turning into the Gaslamp Quarter now. In the late 1800s, this was a very, very rowdy place. A lot of hundreds of saloons, gambling halls, and if you walked into this building on the left, look to your left here at the Palace Pawnbrokers. If you walked into that building between 1888 and 1896, you were walking into a gambling hall owned by that lawman of the West and gunfighter in the OK Corral shootout, Wyatt Earp. That's the original Frey block building, the birthplace and home of San Diego's jazz scene from 1930 to about 1970. Two attractions here. First to your left, look at that yellow building over there. That two-story building is the only home that we know of that Alonzo Horton lived in, the father of San Diego. It is also the only surviving wooden structure in downtown San Diego after they redeveloped this area in 1974. On the right, the Horton Grand Hotel. On your right, this was actually two hotels that were going to be torn down back at the stop we were just at. A realtor bought these for $1 a piece from the city, dismantled them, and put them back together in this one location as one hotel. And he included Wyatt Earp's room. He lived there for 7 years while he was in San Diego. Now, this is called the Stingaree District because this not only contains gambling halls, but houses of prostitution. And it's along the bay. A lot of young men would come down here with a lot of money in their pocket. They would lose that money either by theft or services. You know what I'm talking about. The sailors gave this the nickname the Stingaree District because they said you could get stung quicker here than swimming with the stingarees in the bay. This is the main street for the Gaslamp Quarter. After we turn the corner, look to your left on the corner over there, the old spaghetti factory. That was built in 1909. It is the first building renovated in downtown in 1974. Prior to that, folks, you did not want to be here at night. You didn't actually want to be here during the day. This was a very dangerous area. But this is an example of redevelopment done correctly. A lot of great clubs, shops, and restaurants here. It gets so busy, they close off the street in the summertime on the weekends because of the pedestrian traffic. In front of us here is the San Diego Convention Center. This is 1 million square feet, and it has a nautical theme to its architecture. To your right, those angles represent the bow of a ship, the windows represent ocean waves, and the sails on top represent sails on a sailboat. The largest convention here is Comic-Con. That is a comic book fantasy character science fiction convention, and is the largest of its kind in the world. If you've ever seen the Big Bang Theory TV show, you know the main characters for that show every season try to get tickets for Comic-Con. It's our Comic-Con they're trying to get to. Last July, they sold out the 4-day event, 137,000 tickets in 1 hour and 10 minutes. Speaking of the bridge, we're going over it in just a minute. If you're by an open window, hold on to your hats, loose papers, loose clothing, and small children. They tend to blow out the window.
speeding through all the neighborhoods. And finally got back to
If you guys get hungry, I'm gonna take us all out to lunch. At least it's not good dress Richard Bruce's scallop. This is awesome. This is pretty cool, isn't it? She said stay in line.
Okay. I would have bought it. These are fresh out of the dryer.
My hand, my toes, and sand.
Cheers. I love that blueberry. Blackberry. Not too bad. When Madison and I came here, we walked out on the beaches, but I want to say it's really cold, it's windy. I want to say it might have been October and it had changed a little bit. It was about 50 or something. And we were kind of like, ooh, it's cold and windy. And this is really, really nice.
We've all got some kind of plan.
Where? Oh. Yeah.
Great off every now
Put you in some dangerous situations. Lay low and stay in your seat. And keep your mitts and mutts inside, see? Smoking is bad news, and so are dames and drinking, so don't mess with them.
Coronado Bridge too. Before we do, we have a free story. Has anybody heard about John Freckles yet on their tour?
What is that?
No, not yet? Okay. Well, he was a young man. His father's name was Claus Freckles. Lived in San Francisco. And Claus Freckles is a sugar.
Oh my God, I call it.
Right? Sweet young. And he asked his son to join up, but the railroad's not there to your left anymore. It's a boulevard. Concrete, something like this. What's in here? And then after the county, just come on down here to the Japanese tea gardens, have a nice cup of tea, or walk through the tranquil pathways of the Japanese friendship garden built in 1950, along with our sister city in Japan, to show that friendship and sharing ideas not such a bad idea. No, I talked about having the information center under the arches. This first one has a little bit of a pathway to the fountain and a little snack bar. The second one that's going to be coming up on our right is having the information store with a little gift shop as well, giving you the passports and turn this corner, and you can sit quietly inside there and be inspired by all the beautiful artwork there is. In front of us, Stingaree Museum, a more modern museum with a lot of detailed beaded work, very colorful. A lot of their exhibits and displays are anonymous. And the bell tower, which I showed you from the highway if you were with me. Another garden here to your left is called an Alcazar, where the beautiful garden with 7,000 different variations of horticulture, changed up 3 times a year. Designed after the gardens in Seville, we have the theaters to your right, the Globe Theater, Theater in the Round, and the Outside Theater, taking one of the performances while you're here. This is the Museum of Band, and those statues.
Oh man, look at this. Look at this.
In the San Diego Zoo, taking people from the entrance to the Penguin. To your left, the skyline of San Diego, and trivia.
See that up there? See the little things? That's when I was afraid of. Remember she's always talking about it? Madison, that's that back there was the what do you call it? A gondola that we got on, and I was afraid. That's the San Diego Zoo over there.
Yes, indeed. Now, if you'd like to have some fun outside, you can play lawn bowling to your right. Queen Elizabeth did so, which she visited here. And these are the 2 original towers booths for the tickets of the California exhibition in 1915.
Haunted Trail.
Remember, it goes all the way up to the left and all the way down, and during the rest of the day, we'll be back here on Wednesday. And they'll have like musicians and artists and so forth. We got great food. It really looks like it's pretty well done and over with. And they're all cleaned up. I talked about this as Little Italy. It's not too little, 54 blocks. All the little Italies in the United States. When we put them together, we'd be bigger than them. Still have some room for others. And yeah, a little bit more diverse. We have a lot of different cultures down here. But if you go to any of the restaurants, chefs, well-trained in culinary arts, you will be tantalized your taste buds with whatever restaurant you go to. My favorite is Felipe's, only because it kind of reminds me of being in Italy in the restaurant.
Hi, Liz.
Alrighty, now you can come on. You're welcome. We got seats all the way in the back.
Lots of Serenades and have places down there.
Huh.
I don't know why.
Anywhere down here.
Alright, welcome aboard.
So anywhere down here.
Seats all the way in the back, some up front.
Oh, feeling this.
I'm telling you, conversation.
There you go. How are you doing? Fun in Little Italy.
South Suburbs,
As you know, Little Italy loves to celebrate. They have their farmers market down here today. And they had some great music as well. You haven't tried the salt and straw here for the ice cream? All of that, let's try some. Yeah, the farmers market's going to be back here on Wednesday. Celebrate all over again. If you haven't tried any of the restaurants down here, I recommend Felipe's. Going out to Seattle, back here, Coronado, the public food street center, you can kind of stand out into the piazza as well. And one of the piazzas that they just built in 2002 opened on Veterans Day. Is this one here to your right? It's Piazza Bartolone. This is celebration of the servicemen, our heroes of the Lord. The one that's being shown there as a bust and historian is John Gaslamp. He was the most decorated U.S. Marine. He was born in New York and raised in New Jersey, and started out as an army man out in the Philippines, got honorably discharged, and then as he was still at home, he decided to re-enlist as a Marine. Like in the Pacific, he asked that he was stationed out there. He was in Guadalcanal, did an awesome job. They recognized him with offering him an officer's position and
Look at all the flowers in there, look. Cloak and petal.
He replied that he didn't think was officer material, and that he did not want to be represented because the vehicles for the war bond, so he wanted to go down now with the resident. To be honest, that's
Yeah, it's really pretty.
other assignments. However, his last assignment that took his life was E19. The town was to get the tank across the shoreline as well as his regiment. Stingaree was giving him a lot of trouble. He had to go from foxhole to foxhole. They were taking out the blockhouse as well. But during that time, that's where the flight was taken. You'll see that painting here, the view on your right.
Yeah, that was fine.
They stood outside the boat there.
I always like to know where my beer's coming from.
When the world seems to shine like you had too much wine, that's restrooms are up on the 3rd floor.
Where we get out?
This is one of the ticket booths. I'm going to come down here. It's big room for the goods trolley. Don't want him to kind of like slide into us. Other used trolley is down the trolley. The other ticket booth is right here. Alrighty, let me just open the doors and get out and help you out here.
Oh, yeah.
I jaywalk whenever I can.
Okay.
Of course, the safety guy runs across.
Yeah.
Leaves his girlfriend back behind. Lola's not a big hugger, but this is an opportunity for her. No, you can't do it across the Good day. I could see you both, one in black and one in pink. Schwinkles. These are schwinkles. I don't know what schwinkles are, but that looks pretty sugary. Pico.
What does?
Sugar. It looks like sugary. I don't know. There's something called schwinkles here. I don't know what these are.
This looks like sugar.
Some kind of spaghetti looking stuff. I don't know. Weird looking. Madison and Schaller seem to like trying weird stuff like that. Look at this one. Is that salt?
Uh-huh.
People in our apartment, like, okay, shut up. This is what I
It's in Balboa Park. They call it holiday lights now.
Probably out here like
This cool stuff in here.
unless you guys are set on
There's more.
those are not very good. Those are like really super good.
So tomorrow we're going to the beach by Liz's house. That'll be pretty cool. It'll look pretty neat down. I haven't been down to the beach, but the area is nice. It's like a dry peanut butter gut, but it's pretty cool.
know, it's like I used to hurt.
hey, this doesn't look right. She goes, it's not right.
There was one more trolley back to Carlsbad, so we got on that.
You mean one more train?
Train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it was the same train we were going up. We had to wait for it to come back. Good thing it was, because I think it was the last trip of the day.
It was the last stop of the day. Yeah.
So we finally got that. So that was cool.
We got back to Liz's house, and she was eager to show us her new toy. She just got a Tesla. We don't have any footage from that because Matt was pretty much terrified the whole time.
There's a weird thing about software. I do software for a living, and our software, everywhere I've been, has been buggy. There's been a lot of bugs in the software, and I'm thinking, how could this software drive me and I can put my life in this software's hands? That scared me to death. She was completely comfortable with it, but I wasn't. Aaron, thank you so much today. It was really a pleasure seeing all that stuff down there.
Yeah. Where are you going? Why are y'all dressed up?
I hope she wasn't too much problem.